Hi everybody, good morning. Talking to you from my home base again. Too hot to do something moving in the living room, but we'll do it later or Zoom. But September 8th actually is something I celebrate as an anniversary date for LDVALI, LDVALI. Of course, it's the birthday of our Mama Mary, the Virgin Mary. But it's nice when you're really working with your own old file, digging through all my flash drives, past memories. I've gathered some very important photos to talk about later on. But let's talk about this week. This week is week 25, which is really a summer break week, okay? The week 26 will also be included because for today, this afternoon, that's the only thing happening this week before we go on vacation. Where will be my wife and I, and Noah will be taking off. So by the time we come back, we're ready to go launch week 26, which starts Monday. The two classes opening next week will be Millbrae and San Bruno. That will be the only two venues operating for week 26. So I prepared already the set, which was the subject of our dry run. For today, first of all, I'm going to talk about the two dances I'm going to feature, which is Imelda's Way, which became a last-minute byproduct of the other one, because I promised a friend of ours in Napa, Dr. Carol Besana, Tango with the Sheriff, which is actually the pattern I use for Tango Sway that turned out to be her favorite. Okay, so we're gonna bring back Tango with the Sheriff. Now this is something that needs to be told again, tying up to the history of American line dancing altogether. Reason being, when I had the step sheet, this is from the book of Jim McDonald. This is a typewritten step sheet. I'm sure he did not do it, maybe somebody else did. So today actually I asked some input from Loretta, the wife of Jim, because Jim is resting in peace, smiling at us, dancing with us, hopefully in spirit. But then because I always subscribe to Kick It, I do my research there, submit my step sheet. I happened to punch in Tango with the Sheriff, and it came out to be submitted by Adrian Charm, C-H-U-R-M, from UK. Well, this is the guy who did Imelda's Way, which is like 10 years after. This was Tango with the Sheriff was submitted in 1998. So that's the reason when I dig up my preferred list, dances that we like in years past, so now Imelda's Way is coming back. It's like a high beginner dance anyway. So those are the two featured dances today. That will be the summer break week 25 that I'm talking about, only two. The 26th, which is next week, will feature now the following dances, so that everybody listening to this in terms of planning would know what's going on. So for beginners, the four dances that will be involved, the reason why there's four, normally I only allow 2 to 3 for beginners in 1 hour, but it depends on the progress of the students, how new or how good they are. So the first 4 beginner dances would be for week 26, right? 25, 26. Well, 26, because technically, as I've said, we're on a break. Mambo Chase, which we recorded on a dry run yesterday, and getting some good feedback from the world stage. I got 53 views right there. I'm tracking now, by the way, how many people saw it on one day alone, in less than 24 hours. They're asking for step sheets, by the way. So I decided to take a photo and put it up too. Then Bolero this time around is my adaptation of Bolero Baila. Okay, so that's the second one. When You Wish Upon a Star by Ira Weisberg is something that we will bring back because we like it, and plus I adopted it to make a wish before you go, right? And then of course the fourth is Imelda's Way, as I've said, by Adrian Charm from UK. Our cool down for beginner would be I Love How You Love Me Easy, which was my summer cool down. For level 2, or the improver to level 2, we will have Crazy Foot Mambo Reggae, which again we also did dry run last. No, not dry run, but we just did it, I think. The other one is Purple Shuffle 2020. This is the updated version because we're gearing up for the Relay for Life end of the month anyway. So that will be the second one, but then you'll be surprised. I already tested it with my student that we applied it to two different kind of music, a country and a 1980s pop music. Okay. And then the third, of course, is Tango with the Sheriff, which we applied to Tango Sway. Cool down for the level 2 would be my last, or early this year, late last year. Remember You Young Easy. Okay, so that's the plan. Okay, you've set it up. I'm going to probably make a spreadsheet at some point for my student for distribution. So let's talk about history, because I like to talk about how it all came about. And you will see in all my sharing that I'm trying to build up again on a small box format. There are some people I need to mention again. Some of you heard the story, but then we might as well bring it back. The idea of me teaching in Napa was brought out by my classmates. I was also a student of Jim McDonald and wife Loretta. And it was on their golden anniversary celebration, and I will have a photo to put that here, in Napa. And their anniversary is September 11. But then the party that I attended, or Helene and I attended, I looked at the date of the picture, September 9. So that's tomorrow. So I said this entire week is like a celebration. So, be that as it may, it's still I relate that to the golden anniversary. So thank you, Jim and Loretta. Jim, may you rest in peace and keep smiling on us. I also want to thank the Pioneer Group, that because after that thought process of me teaching them, I said, well, I can only do it if it's a test class. Okay, so I took over one final season of Jim before he retired in Yountville. And that group began that September, the fall, September, and I have the picture of the graduation, December 21, 2006. Meaning those are the one who stuck with me, and I only knew 6 dances and they finished the entire session with me. So that's the banner year that I call. Also in September 2006, I need to thank my friends from Ateneo. They were active at the time. We were active. 2006, 2007. Okay, led by my co-partners in crime, Nina Barrientos or San Agustin at the time. And then Tony Villegas. Okay, we were the trio. But anyway, because of the trio, and then of course my best friend Edgar and Noni, there is a picture to show that they were my first guinea pig. September 9, 2006. No, I'm sorry, September 24, 2006. I believe it's a St. Anne Festival in Fremont, if I remember correctly. I have the photos to show you what I was teaching them. If I remember correctly, their dance is Cowboy Boogie, to fly like a bird. I wish I had a video now, but I have a still picture. So those are early names that pop up because of my research. And then 2009, because of yesterday, trying to tell the group how grateful I am that we're going back to Millbrae, even though we're on this pandemic time. There were 2 people in that dry run yesterday, Josie Mandak and Dorothy Losser. Dorothy actually is the mother of Cheryl, Cheryl is now our mainstay demo performer. She doesn't want to teach, she just wants to dance, which is really kind of a lead in our group. But Dorothy and Josie has been my pioneer student. Every time we pilot, there was the pilot class in Millbrae, meaning trying to show what the program is. June of 2009, okay, was the first beginner pilot. And then July was the 2009 was the intermediate pilot. And at that time, even our beloved Rita, who also we lost last year, was it last year or early this year? Anyway, was in that class. And it's meaningful because after that pilot class, I think Rita didn't come back. Meaning since 2009, because she probably thought I'm too rookie for her, and she knew a lot of dances. I remember Rita and I became friends like for the past 3 years, I think, that I've been teaching San Bruno Senior, because she was instrumental in telling San Bruno Senior Center to call me after Rudy Paquette retired. And then one of their teachers there has cancer and had to kind of lessen down her activity or schedule. So Rita was my reference, but apparently through the years she's been following or hearing, I guess, favorable comments that I have grown since 2009. So that's a banner year also for Millbrae, 2009. And too bad Jackie wasn't there yesterday, Jackie Buckley. If she was there, I would have put her on a spot because it's a Labor Day weekend. And this is, as I've said, supposed to be the 9th year that we are always invited to perform at the community stage of Millbrae Arts and Wine Fest. Except this year, obviously, there's none due to the pandemic. But looking at the picture that I tracked down and finding when we started, Jackie is the only remaining demo performer. She still goes with us if she's available. So those are the names that stuck into my research recently about the growth of LDVALI or LDVALI, you can just call it. That's why we're grateful for this. As we always say, everything happens for a reason. You meet people because somehow it's written in the stars or the master plan that we're going to cross paths. Because some people maybe has become part of your past, but they have chosen different path. These are now the new people that have crossed into my path of line dancing. And the more years we develop and the more memories we, I guess, collect, the more we would cherish those. And that's why I said the early years and the memories that we will continue to cherish will be the theme of this year's celebration, even though we're doing it, as I've said, differently nowadays. No big gathering. We'll see. Okay, it depends on how the month and the months progress, because sometimes we celebrate until November. In this case, December, because this is really the era where I began in September of 2006 and then finish off with a test class in Youngville in December. Okay, so that's the long and short of our history. Welcome to our week 25 break with the two feature this afternoon by Zoom, and then let's kick off the fall season with week 26, beginning with Millbrae and San Bruno next week. Have a good rest of the day. Take care.